Hello, my name is Gina McBurney, and I will be describing the Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement, and I will also be demonstrating how to administer this assessment. First, our test materials. We have our standard test books. The first book is tests 1 through 12, and then we have the extended test book, 13 through 22. Then we have the examiner's manual, which includes the descriptions of the subtests as well as how to score the subtests and directions in the directions to administer each subtest. We have the technical manual that explains the norm reference and the validity and the reliability of the test. We also have the test record booklet. It's important for the examiner to complete the test subject's information, check the boxes that apply to observations that were made during test administration, and each subtest is listed. And it's important for the examiner to pay attention to the directions for each subtest. For some subtests, a basal and a ceiling is required for the testing, and for others, there are time limits. There is also the subject response booklet, so some of the subtests will require the test subjects to input their answer or complete a number of items in a given time frame for other subtests. And then we have our Compass Score and Profile program, which I have downloaded on my computer, but we have the software here if we have a computer that will download it. And then for some of the subtests, an auto recording is required, and that is also downloaded on my computer. The Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement was created by Richard Woodcock, Frederick A. Schrank, Kevin McGrew, and Nancy Mather. It was published by the Riverside Publishing Company in 2001. The Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement is individually administered. It's a comprehensive test of academic achievement and scholastic aptitude for individuals from the ages of 2 to 90. The achievement test includes two parallel forms, Form A and Form B, and it's designed to measure intellectual abilities and academic achievement. And the Woodcock-Johnson was developed to national standardization, which included test subjects ages 2 to 90. Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement measures academic achievement in the broad areas of reading, math, written language, oral language, and knowledge. The test affords multiple interpretive scores for analyzing and reporting student performance. The subtests I will be demonstrating are subtests 1 through 6. Subtest 1, letter word identification, measures the subject's word identification skills. Subtest 2, reading fluency, measures the person's ability to read quick, simple sentences in the subject response booklet. Subtest 3, story recall, measures aspects of oral language development and meaningful memory. Subtest 4, understanding directions, which is an oral language measure. Subtest 5, calculation, measures ability to perform mathematical computations. And subtest 6, math fluency, measures ability to solve simple addition, subtraction, and multiplication facts quickly. When administering the tests, for example, subtest 1, letter word identification, a basal of 6 and a ceiling of 6 is required. So if I were to be testing a second grader, we would begin at item 17, and we would the subject would need to get 6 correct and miss 6. So the 6 in a row that are correct will be the basal, and the 6 that they get wrong would be the ceiling. Another example is for subtest 2. There is a time limit of 3 minutes, so it's important for the person administering the Woodcock-Johnson 3 test of achievement to pay close attention to the directions on each subtest. As the subject's basal and ceiling levels need to be determined, complete the scoring during test administration, with the exception of subtest 11, which is writing samples. Each item that is a correct response, score the test subject a 1. For incorrect responses, the score will be a 0. If a test item has not been administered, leave the corresponding spaces in the test record blank. Compute raw scores by numbering the correct items and the number of items below the basal. Then fill out the corresponding raw scores in the Compass Score and Profile program after you have created a program for the test subject. Then run a report according to age equivalency or grade equivalency, and the program will calculate the test subject's practical significance of their scores. I'm going to demonstrate how to administer 6 different subtests. For subtest 1, the directions are: first read the word silently and then say the word smoothly. This is the letter P. Find the P down here. Point to the letter E. Subtest 2, reading fluency. I want you to read some sentences and decide if the answer is yes or no. Look at the sentence. It says, "A cow is an animal." Is that true? Because the answer is yes, you would circle the letter Y. Now look at the second sentence. It says, "A fish lives on land." Is that true? Because the answer is no, you will circle the letter N. You're going to start here and read as many sentences as you can. Decide if the answer is yes or no. And after you get to the bottom, go to the top. And there are 3 pages. Keep working until I tell you to stop. Work as fast as you can without making any mistakes. If you do make a mistake, cross out the one you do not want. And if you have trouble reading a word or cannot think of the answer, skip that one and go to the next one. You will have 3 minutes. Tell me if you finish before I say stop. Go ahead. Stop. Put your pencil down. Subtest 3, story recall. You're going to hear a story from these headphones. First, you will hear a single beep, then the story will begin. When the story is over, you will hear a double beep, then you tell the story back to me. Julie likes to catch butterflies, then she lets them go. Mary has a dog. He loves to ride in the car, but he hates to take a bath. Subtest 4, understanding directions. You will be asked to point to several things in this picture. Listen carefully because you will hear the directions only once from these headphones. Do not point until you hear the word go. Take a few seconds to look over this picture before you are asked to point. Point to the house. Go. Point to the cat. Go. Point to the dog. Go. Point to the road. Go. Test 5, calculation. I want you to make some numbers. Make the number 1 in this box. Make the number 3 in this box. I want you to do some math. Begin with number 1 and answer as many problems as you can. If you come to one you do not know, just skip it and try the next one. Test 6, Math Fluency. I want you to work some simple arithmetic problems. Start here. When you finish a row, go to the next one and work each problem until you finish the first page. Then go to the top of the next page. If you cannot think of an answer, skip that item and move to the next one. Work as fast as you can without making mistakes. Be sure to watch the signs. If you do make a mistake, just cross out the answer you don't want, and you will have 3 minutes, and tell me if you finish before I say stop. Go ahead. Stop, put your pencil down.
Demonstrate an incorrect way to administer subtest 1, letter word identification. So here are some letters. I want you to point to the letters I say. So point to the B. Good. Point to the C. Okay, on to the next.